Hello, everyone, and welcome to my final discussion board. This week, we got to watch a documentary called A Walk to Beautiful. It's a heartbreaking story of the social, psychological, and cultural norms and issues that occur to hundreds of women in sub-Saharan Africa. The women in the documentary have obstetric fistulas, and some have even double fistulas. An obstetric fistula is a hole between the vagina and rectum or bladder. This happens due to prolonged obstructed labor, which leaves women incontinent of urine or feces, meaning they'll leak when they least expect it. They can't control whether they pee or poo. The women are in labor for days at a time while the head of the baby pushes against their pelvic region and tears a hole which does not allow them to hold their bladder and sometimes bowel contents. A woman's chance of dying due to pregnancy or childbirth-related causes is said to be a 1 in 52 chance of dying, as compared to the U.S., which is only 1 in 4,800 chance of dying. Some common factors for the disproportion of fistula patients in remote areas is that they give childbirth with no access to medical help, they are forced to do extraneous work since they're small, they give childbirth at young ages, and they have small pelvis, or sometimes the baby is malpositioned inside the mother's uterus. These women, they have to carry jugs of water from the age of 8 that are double their size. It screws up their insides, and when they're trying to have the baby, it causes them to be in there for days on end in labor, and eventually once the baby is born, it ends up coming out dead. The characteristics of the women in the film were all of fistula patients who were shunned by their community for their leaking urine and or feces, their embarrassment, ignorance, and hopelessness at not knowing any better. The women portrayed all live in remote areas where they were married at a young age and due to their incontinence were rejected by society. They are all different because they all have different varieties of issues with their fistula surgery. They all have different varieties of upbringings but live in a parallel culture where having a fistula is viewed as being uncurable and hopeless. Bubeti was raised without a mother and had a forceful upbringing, running away 4 times and finally settling down when she got pregnant, while Ayehu had a child previously and Almaz got abducted at the age of 15. All 3 had tragic upbringings but similar consequences, having gotten the fistula. The value of having people listen to their stories is part of the mental healing process that the hospital was trying to have them process and internalize the situation, but understand that there is a chance through the surgery they can function as regular members of their communities and not be shunned to live separately. Being able to share their poem with other women helps them realize that they are not alone in this problem and help them out of the trance state of mind that they have been in after being ostracized by their community for not being able to be a childbearer. If I could ask anyone in the film a single question, it would probably be Wubeti. I would ask her where she ran away to, when she ran from her father, how she survived, how she would eat, and how they found her. I gained much insight thanks to this film and this class. It opened my eyes to so many issues going on around the world. As a person who's lived in his entire life in San Diego, you become so wrapped up in the problems going on that affect you, but the documentary helped me realize so many people go through greater struggles and they're able to come out on top and continue doing something that they love, like Wubeti, who ended up taking care of children although she couldn't have any children. This inspired and motivated me to continue pursuing my dream of helping people in third world countries and joining the Peace Corps after finishing school this year. Through learning about the characters, I learned so much about myself and confirmed my passion and dedication for helping others and wanting to do good. Thank you for listening to me. Great semester.